Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Yin Yang Podcast. Here are your hosts, D-Pad and YuyuKirby.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Yin Yang Podcast, episode 13. I'm D-Pad, and with me, as always, is my co-host, YuyuKirby.
Hey there.
And we have some guests, but we're going to be introducing them in a little bit. So for now, we're just going to get some quick things off the docket before we get into our main topic with our guests. Now, how's your week been, Yuyu?
Well, besides Saturday, fine.
Mm-hmm. You know what I had happen to me today?
Yes,
I have.
Go ahead.
I think I told you this last week, in on Discord, but I had a co-host because it's October, so it's Halloween. So I have one co-worker. What did I say? Cow-worker? I'm stumbling over.
You said co-host.
I meant co-worker. Sorry, I'm tired. Anyway, I had a co-worker. He's been trying to scare the crap out of me because it's October, Halloween, and today, he thought it would be good to try and jump scare me as I was coming out of the bathroom. Yeah, I think I must have kicked him really hard because he had to sit down for at least 2 hours before he was able to walk.
Well, if you're gonna do that, then you get what you deserve.
Yeah, and then it was funny because our supervisor comes and she asked what happened, and I said, he tried to do it again. You still haven't learned your lesson, have you? He looks at and I'm like, I feel bad for kicking you. And he's like, how the hell did you kick so hard? How do you know how to kick so hard? And I took karate as a kid, so I know how to defend myself against people. that stuff stays with me. But yeah, that's my little bit. But your Twitch streaming, how's that been going?
It's been going fine. I had finished up another game for Halloween. This one was much less Halloween-y than the next and anything I've actually did. I was playing the newly released Beacon Pines, which is a kind of a choose-your-own-adventure type deal. I actually finished it in 2 streams, so except for one bit which I'm still debating on going to going to be doing because I still don't have the because I still don't have all the fishing stuff to do, and turns out I missed a word for related to fishing because I didn't actually look, and it's like looking at where the word is. How was I supposed to know it was going to be there?
True.
I'm not going to say where it is. I'm not going to say where it is just in case if I do end up doing
it. Well, no. I joined a little bit yesterday because I was busy yesterday. Yeah. But what I've seen, and you told me there's so many multiple endings for the game, which is really interesting.
So many of them end with a 12-year-old dying.
Yeah. Then what was it that you brought up in your chat yesterday? What's
one
a word?
Of the 3 final endings. Basically,
I thought it was. You were asking me is this word appropriate for a kid that young to say?
Asinine.
Yeah, that's the word. I couldn't remember. But
Allie was saying that some kids can be smart. I totally get that. I'm not gonna say kids aren't smart. But I don't think a 12-year-old would know that word and use it that well.
Yeah.
My whole thing, and one of my bigger gripes with the game, they really should not have been 12.
Yeah.
I really
especially with all the deaths.
Yeah.
Especially with all the deaths.
Yeah, they really should have been 16.
Yeah.
So I think I haven't seen it, but I believe that Stranger Things, the kids are at least 16, right?
I think they're 12, maybe. I don't know. See, Stranger Things is a series that I have been meaning to watch. I've had people recommend it to me. I just, I kind of don't at the same time, but I might give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Do you know what you're gonna stream next, though?
Not yet.
All right.
I will. I said I probably would be doing condemned criminal origin, but I also don't. I'm also not fully sure if I am going to be doing that. So.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Well. Hang on. Let me get my app closed on me here. Okay. You also brought something to the docket yesterday that you wanted me to add, and it's an update to a story that we previously covered about the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, Kazuki
Takahashi. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to explain?
It actually turns out that his death had no foul play, had no was not basically an illness, and was not a suicide. Kazuki Takahashi died a hero.
Oh, that is really good to hear. What exactly happened?
He basically was he died saving 3 swimmers that had ended up getting caught in a rip current.
Wow. That is amazing that he actually was able to do that before he, passed on.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to sound like a dick. That's just what's going through my head right now. But no, that's good because I know a lot of people were worried if it was foul play or if it was murder or what happened, but that's a huge weight off a lot of people's chests. I think
it is. It straight is. It's honestly really good that he didn't. That his death is one of the more acceptable ways.
That's
and I don't mean that as basically none of the other ways are unacceptable. It's a people don't have to frown upon it. There are people who frown on suicide, and there are people who basically would use drug would use let me restate that thing because I'm fumbling. People would look down on death if it was suicide or if it was drug related, and people would have basically been trying to push agendas if it was an illness, unless it was a heart attack. Can't really push those, but yeah, it's really good that he died a hero.
As you know, I'm just gonna bring this up because as we're talking about famous celebrity passing away, this actually I found out on Monday. Angela Lansbury. If you don't know who that is, she was the voice of Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast, and she was also the lead star of Murder, She Wrote. You can imagine to my surprise when I found out that she actually voiced Mrs. Potts. The Disney Dreamlight Valley group that I'm part of, they brought this up, and I'm just like, wait, hold the phone. She was Mrs. Potts? Yeah. I did not know that, to be honest. Her final film was in Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, which is the sequel to Knives Out. If you haven't seen the first Knives Out movie, I highly recommend it. It is freaking hysterical. I am definitely going to watch this one when it's out. I don't know if it's out now. I'll have to check. Yeah. But no, yeah, that's just really, really weird that I don't know, not weird. Just sad. I'm stumbling over my words. Sorry. I'm dead tired. Work was brutal today. But no,
it's not out yet.
Okay, thank you.
It's due out next month on the 23rd.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. But yeah, I guess I can introduce our guest stars then, if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so please welcome back to the show our dear friend Wolfgang.
Thank you, D-Pad.
Now, to introduce our next guest, because like I've said, we have 2 guests. This really makes me happy to introduce to you all a close friend of mine. Please welcome. This is her first podcast, so she's a podcast virgin. So we're gonna help her pop her cherry, so to speak. Please help us welcome Robot Toaster.
Oh my gosh! Hi everyone.
Yes,
I'm not a close friend too.
Well, you are too. I mean,
Well,
okay.
hopefully you and I will become closer because of this shared experience.
Yes. Well, I mean, okay.
Works
So
for me.
it's Robot Toaster, Yuyu, and then Wolf.
Hi
But, you know-
everyone.
Yes.
Which is ironic considering how we're labeled in the Discord call. I'm last.
Yeah, yeah, but no. We invited Robot Toaster and Wolfgang to talk. Come on, because it's Halloween, and what is the one series that always goes out on Halloween?
Halloween Town.
Scooby-Doo.
Technically I'm right. Disney has that fucking movie series.
I mean, true. We do have Halloween Town, but it's Scoop-tober. It's well, I have to make you look like an idiot on my podcast. That's your part. That's it. Podcast is over. I'm kidding.
Okay, so I guess I'll just keep taping you yelling at all of us.
Well, no, I'm not gonna yell at those two. I'm gonna yell at you. But, Anyway, as I was saying, we invited them on to talk about Scooby-Doo because, with the news about Velma coming out, both had some pretty choice words to say about that series. So, let's start with their thoughts on Velma. Wolf, do you mind if Robot goes first?
Go right ahead.
All right, Robot, what are your thoughts on Velma?
Well, based on everything I've heard surrounding it, it just seems like it's not Scooby-Doo. It seems like some generic teen drama masquerading as Scooby-Doo, if that makes any sense.
I've heard a reference I can actually do a better job for you, Robot.
Okay.
Basically, I read that it's Harley Quinn, but without anything that makes that show endearing.
Is that show
People love
good?
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, the Harley Quinn show was like fantastic. It's freaking fantastic.
I feel like
And I'm not.
I feel like I should be more into superheroes. I just never got into them.
That's why you have me.
You're gonna help me get into all the nerd stuff.
I mean, you're part of my D&D group, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I guess I am into some nerdy things.
Yep.
And you have a crush on Spock.
You didn't have to tell everyone that. But I do.
Okay, I had to.
The frickin' pandemic made me a Trekkie. That is what I'm gonna tell people.
All right, so getting back, Velma, did you see the teaser trailer that they put out for it?
I did.
Yeah, I did, and it did not make me happy. It had some of that, like, we're aware that we suck, but we're going to keep sucking anyway. Like that type of humor you see in something like Teen Titans Go. I mean, I know that you like that show, but I don't. But
See,
we're allowed to have different
okay.
opinions.
I like certain episodes of Teen Titans Go, like the movie and the Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans movie that they came out with.
Yeah.
Those are the two things that I love that came out of this show, especially the episode when they make fun of the Ninja Turtles and Robin actually beats the crap out of them. That was funny. Like that actually happens in an episode, which is hilarious. I also did like the episodes that they brought Beetlejuice and Freakazoid on. Those are just nice little episodes. Yeah.
Gotta love that corporate synergy.
I mean, they're all owned by one. So, they can do whatever.
But, like, what I meant is the worst episodes of Teen Titans Go are usually the ones where they directly insult the audience.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of, like, the whole audience is stupid. Like, that's just been done so many times. Like,
I hate it.
Yeah, and that sums up the entire teaser of Velma.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting at.
That's what you were getting at. Yeah. What was it? Yeah, apparently they're facing so much backlash now from like the trailer that they dropped because the audience they're pulling their subscriptions from HBO Max because they don't want to support the show because if the trailer is telling them that they're idiots, they're not going to support it. And
What?
yeah, and
Things
apparently,
only got worse with everything that they revealed.
yeah, and like, okay, no disrespect to Mindy, like the girl that's voicing Velma. I like her, but she's got to be the biggest idiot for doing this, like this whole Velma reboot. Like, why are they making her Indian? That doesn't make sense.
Well, that's the one thing that I never have a problem with is voice actors, because voice actors they just do it. They're just doing a job.
Yeah,
They're not the ones. They're not the ones out trying to insult people. That's the writers and the producers who think they're clever.
I mean,
It's like you resent Mike Pollock for doing those fucking horrible Pixar ripoffs.
oh,
Of course you don't, because it's a job.
Mhm.
In voice acting, you can rarely be picky about the jobs you take.
Well, don't forget, it also depends on who the voice actor is, because I know that there are some voice actors that are complete scumbags.
Well, that's them as people, not so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
not so
you know
much
what I mean.
to do with the jobs they take.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though.
Strong.
You know what I don't get? How come Tara Strong was all on board with, like, keep Charles Martin named Mario? How come she wasn't on board with, like, keep Frank Welker Fred?
Or Roger Craig Smith as Sonic for the Sonic movie. But yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into like that little bit later on. We'll get into that later on because I have some words to say. But okay, Wolf. Well, hang on. Robot, are you done with your thoughts on Velma?
Well, I feel like the main thing I don't like about it is that it's repeating a mistake that the Scooby-Doo franchise has made before. Like, everyone knows about the complicated history with Scrappy-Doo, right?
Yep.
And, a lot of people say he originally saved the franchise at first, but I guess they were so reliant on him that they decided to just get rid of half the mystery gang and basically made the show about Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy derping around for a while.
Yeah.
And there is some Scooby stuff I like in that era, like stuff like Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School and the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. Like, those are always going to be guilty pleasures for me, even though they really didn't have anything to do with Scooby-Doo. They could have just been original stories.
Can I just interrupt to say 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo is, I think it's like the second cartoon show to actually have Vincent fucking Price as a like voice actor on that like a show, because he was Vincent Van Gogh, and like they modified Vincent Van Gogh after Vincent Price. Like that was just
Gotta love Vincent Price.
Yeah, as
he's
a
one of my
kid,
favorite
I
actors.
didn't realize he was supposed to be Vincent Price. I originally watched the show on Boomerang. At first, I thought his name was a reference to Vincent Van Gogh, the artist.
See, that's what kid me thought, but then as I grew older,
It
I'm
could
like,
work either way.
I guess it could.
well, see, that's like me when I was like little, because kid me thought it's Vincent Van Gogh, but then my dad was like, no, that's Vincent Price. I'm like, how do you know that? No, apparently dad grew up watching Vincent Van Price movies. Like, he had a collection that he showed me, and then when he kind of passed away, like, we haven't seen them since. Just they're too hard to watch without him.
Oh, they're
Did you ever
in
see
the
Vincent
chest
Price's
of
Egghead in the
demons.
60s Batman show?
I forgot
Hmm?
Batman.
The 60s Batman show, he was one of the camp villains in that.
Really?
He was Egghead.
There's a Batman villain called Egghead.
Oh, there is.
Only in the 60s show, though.
I need to watch more of that.
Yeah, he wore a white suit with a yellow tie so it looked like an egg yolk, and he made egg puns all the time. Excellent.
Oh God!
That
What are
is
those? What are those
awesome.
villains? What are those villains? Okay.
But
Well,
back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of that stuff from that era is considered the dark age of Scooby, just because, like, not only did getting rid of half the cast like diminish the stories, but it also, like, the mystery element was less prominent. there was a lot less of that spooky atmosphere and a lot more focus on that like cartoony shenanigans, which like I was actually watching some episodes of the original show on Tubi the other day while I was drawing, and I was legitimately like hooked. I'm not going to pretend it's high art, but it strikes that blend of like spooky atmosphere and cartoony shenanigans that like the Scooby and Scrappy era didn't really have.
Mm-hmm.
And and there was also like they would also often have real monsters instead of like. I mean, I understand they wanted to like shake up the formula, but it's not like presented as a twist where like it wasn't something like Zombie Island. It's just they're real monsters now with like no fanfare. That's one of my like main nitpicks about Ghoul School. If Shaggy and Scooby are so scared of fake monsters, why would they teach at a school for real monsters?
Well, okay, I think at first they were they were terrified, especially like when they met like the kids' parents, like knowing who they are. They were freaked out. But then I think like they kind of warmed up to them because they're little kids, so it's okay.
True.
Yeah.
Did they not know they were going to be teaching for monsters at first?
Well, no.
I don't think they did.
All right, but yeah. Anyway, as much as it's but anyway, what I'm getting at is that. Getting rid of half the cast in favor of Scrappy was a bad decision, and here they are making that exact same mistake by having Scooby-Doo without Scooby. Like, I'm not going to pretend the Scooby-Doo cast is the most fleshed out in the world. Like, everyone jokes about Fred being, like, a bland pretty boy, which he kind of is, even though some more recent shows have fleshed him out a little more, like A Pup Named Scooby-Doo basically made him a conspiracy theorist, and I love it.
Yes.
But I think...
And of course, Mystery Incorporated did the whole
testing
traps as a special interest thing.
But the whole point is that when the Scooby-Doo shows get rid of characters, I am very much not in favor of that. I have a low tolerance for when a long-running franchise repeats one of its worst mistakes. I have a low tolerance for it.
And that's one of the problems I find that Scooby-Doo has, is the fact that it never stopped. It's just gone on and on and on. Scooby-Doo, honestly, and I've had this opinion since I was a kid, Scooby-Doo could do with just going away for a while. And not having anything. And then when it comes back, you'll know that it'll be something that's had some time to cook for a while. So you have something good. But instead, Scooby-Doo has just had a constant stream of television shows and TV and direct-to-DVD movies. Some of them good, a lot of them bad.
I'm like
Scooby-Doo could just do with a break. Really.
What did you say, D-Pad?
I'm like counting the list of like Scooby-Doo movies there is, so just continue because I'll let you guys know after how many movies there are in total.
You're gonna be there a while, D-Pad.
Yeah. Okay.
There's been at least one or two a year since they started.
Thanks to a friend. In total, there are 45 films, 46 short films, 13 series, 1 web series, 14 animated series, 6 television specials, 8 television shorts, 6 television films, direct-to-DVD, 39.
Jeez.
And all of that since the 1960s. The early 1960s.
Late 1960s. I think it came out in 69.
Yep. Oof. There is a lot. And like, that's not counting the games. The games alone, I'm going to lose my mind counting. So, no thank you.
And, I remember how invested I was. I wouldn't say Scooby-Doo is high art or anything, but I remember like they would play it a lot on Cartoon Network or Boomerang or whatever, and I'd watch the movies a lot.
Too much.
I remember how invested I could get at times. I would like point at the screen, like saying like that guy is totally the monster, or like that lady is. I was kept guessing the whole time.
Mm.
Yeah.
That was just kid me being obsessed with things.
Yeah, there's like a lot of Scooby shit. Like, oh my god. And I happen to like Mystery Inc. That was like, I think, in my opinion, the best of the series because it's like real drama that they implemented into the Scooby-verse, which is something that they haven't really done before.
It's like the Gravity Falls of Scooby-Doo.
Yes. I wasn't at all happy with the whole Velma and Shaggy relationship.
Yeah, I could not get into that series.
No, we
honestly.
did not need romance
And that
in
was one of
Scooby.
the big reasons.
Yeah. How about you? What did you think of that series?
I honestly, it was not bad. I honestly liked how they actually had a full-on story arc for Scooby.
Yeah, that was like the thing that made me really interested in this series. And then I didn't like how they ended, like with the whole, like just kind of like set things up for like the original, like the start of like the Scooby-Doo series. Like that was just plain freaking weird, in my opinion.
I need to rewatch that show. I remember liking it. It's just been a while.
I did like the episode with like. Can I just say that Matthew Lillard taken over as Shaggy for Casey Kasem because he passed away?
Mhm.
He's a good Shaggy.
Yeah, best casting choice. He absolutely
Yeah.
nails.
Yeah, and then I like for
And
Mr.
honestly, he was the best part of those live action movies as well.
Oh yeah. Do you remember that bit from Looney Tunes Back in Action that had Matthew
Yes, I have seen that. Yes,
just getting criticized by Shaggy and Scooby, and then Scooby threatening to bite the crap out of him? Like that part was funny.
I need to watch that movie.
It's one of my guilty pleasures. Like, yeah,
it's
I'll
all,
give you a
it's
chance.
all right. Yeah,
Okay.
Like I've seen bits and pieces of the movie, but not the whole thing.
I just kind of laughed at the fact that Goldberg was in it because I'm
Whoopi
like,
Goldberg?
because whenever Goldberg shows up in something, I'm like, oh yeah, Goldberg was an actor at some point.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Whoopi Goldberg at first.
No, Bill Goldberg.
Oh, okay.
Big.
I mean,
bald
Whoopi
fella.
Goldberg's been everything too.
Oh yeah, cool. He was in that one. He was what was he? He was like one of the evil. Forgot about that.
He was like the hired muscle or something.
Yeah. And then I remember
Like he shows up, I see him walking down the corridor, and I just couldn't help myself. Goldberg.
Yeah, and then he takes his costume off, and it's revealed that he's She-Taz. That was funny.
Oh, that was a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
With
just
with constant unzipping of a costume.
Yeah.
That was a whole bit, yes.
Yeah, that was a good one. But okay, Robot, what sorry, well,
You wanted to hear my thoughts on Velma next, I believe.
Yes. if that's okay with you, Robot.
That's cool. I'm not looking forward to this show.
Yeah.
I don't think
It
a lot of
seems
people
like
are.
No, because they're getting rid of not only Scooby, but I didn't bring this up before, but also getting rid of the Mystery Machine. Also seems like a really bad choice in my opinion.
Well,
Just
okay,
anything that makes Scooby-Doo is not going to be
Exactly,
a part of the show, it seems.
They're fundamentally transforming it into something not Scooby-Doo. That's why I said it could have just been a generic teen drama.
Yeah, so like I saw the teaser and like they're just going immediately bombard you with the boring, unfunny, done to death meta humor.
Mm-hmm.
That was not executed in a clever way. Of course, you do have the usual mob who are like, Oh, you're just not happy because it's black. No, come on.
Hey, at least Velma still
We don't
looks
like it
relatively
because
like
it's not
Velma.
because it's not doing anything clever with it. This is like the most blatant outrage baiting I've seen so far.
But like Velma being Indian doesn't bother me too much. If anything,
And like it did not get better with the other character reveals either.
Yeah, but as you were saying, Robot, quickly.
the only redesigns that legit tick me off. I think Daphne looks okay.
Mm.
I'm not really happy with Fred. He looks like an anime boy, or
Yeah,
like
for some reason. For
or like
some
this
reason,
one
the
time,
picture-
he looks kind of like this one time I tried to draw Captain Kirk and failed miserably. That's what he is now. He's anime boy Captain Kirk. He is not Fred.
Yeah, for some reason, the image they chose for the preview image is a completely different art style than all the others.
I know, right? When Shaggy
How'd
looks
they
like
fuck that up?
Shaggy looks like he's some background character in Steven
Oh
Universe.
my god, they've absolutely fucking ruined him. Well, for one thing, he's not even going by Shaggy, he's going by his birth name, Norville.
Which he freaking hates.
I know, at least judging by a pup named Scooby-Doo, which is canon for all I care. So how are they?
Here's another thing. Here's another thing. He's another character who's been race swapped, and again, it's not a racist thing when I say it's not good. But here's the thing: you want to talk about being represented, right? Are you really happy being represented by the lazy, gluttonous stoner? That's who you want to represent your people?
Yeah. That is the one race swap that legit bothers me. As much as I hate the jokes about Shaggy being a stoner, I'm like, how did nobody look at this casting choice and think, isn't this kind of racist?
And then here's my favorite: the excuse they gave for not having Scooby-Doo is that a talking cartoon dog does not work in an adult animated series.
What about Brian Griffin?
No way. That's never going to work ever. Brian Griffin.
Let's ask Brian Griffin.
Like Brian Griffin. Yeah. Oh, and also there was a bunch of in-character tweets from Velma sent from HBO Max about each of the characters. Apparently, Velma's going to crush on Fred. So all the people who got what they wanted with the lesbian Velma in that last film that came out, now they're upset.
Maybe she's bi. The news I heard is that... Sorry.
Well,
no, go ahead.
As far as I'm concerned, Scooby-Doo is a multiverse.
Yeah, I can believe that. But a pup named Scooby-Doo is canon.
In fact, there was a whole frigging comic about it. So Scooby-Doo is a multiverse. Yeah, Velma can be lesbian in one thing, bi in another, straight in another, black in another, whatever. But the timing is so dreadful for that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I believe I've said this on last week's podcast, but I also do want to bring this up again. If you look at Shaggy in Velma, you see that no, he does not look like Shaggy. If you look at Daphne in Velma, while she is also race swapped to being Asian, she at least does look Daphne-esque.
Yes, she does. Yes.
Yeah.
I barely even noticed she was race swapped until it was pointed out.
Yeah. Yeah, but Shaggy looks like a completely different character.
They couldn't even give him the same hairstyle.
That literally ain't Shaggy. That's fucking Norville, and they want you to know about it.
How can they be so aware that they know his real name, but also not be aware enough to know that he doesn't like going by that name?
We don't care. We're doing this, and
Because
if you don't like it, you're a
because it's
loser.
not Shaggy, like I said.
Like, how do you be
That's
that,
literally not. That is literally not our Shaggy. This is their own fucking OC called Norville.
Wow, and
At this point,
here I was thinking my OCs were stupid.
No, your OCs are awesome. Your OCs are awesome. And I'm not just saying that because one of your OCs is special my OC. I am not just saying that. Oh. But no, you. How about you? What are your thoughts like on Scooby-Doo as a whole?
I enjoy the series. I enjoy basically a lot of the movies. I think the only movies I did not like were, and first one, Robot Toaster is going to hate me, School. I really did not think it was that decent of a movie. I
respect your opinion.
It's
It's a guilty pleasure for me.
No, I get that. Just like how you don't like Reluctant Werewolf, and I enjoy that movie.
I thought that one sucked.
I think it's a really good one.
Oh, Robot's gonna hate me because I actually liked Werewolf 2.
Like, yeah, it's monster wacky races.
Why did it need to be about Scooby-Doo?
It would be a good idea. Honestly, I am disappointed they randomly added a blonde woman to be Shaggy's girlfriend, though. Like, why do we?
Yeah.
Wait, is that the one where Shaggy turned into a werewolf?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dracula doesn't have a werewolf for his.
Yes. Yeah,
face.
I always
His road race.
didn't know it was called the Reluctant Werewolf. So thank you for that.
That's what it's called.
Because I did like that movie.
Wow,
well, your three gets one. 3 gets 1 robot.
I can see it's a good movie.
Then again, I also haven't seen it for a very long time, but I'd probably still enjoy it anyway.
Okay, as you were saying, you continue.
I honestly, I do agree with the conception that yes, Matthew Illard was a very good casting choice for Shaggy after passing. I'm really glad. He was the only good thing about the live action movie, except for the fact that they actually had the live action movies actually had a Daphne that actually did shit.
Yeah,
you look me in the eyes and tell me the fact
and the
that
live action movie was also the beginning of Sexy Velma.
Well, and keep in mind, Daphne was played by Sarah Michelle Gellar, aka Buffy the fucking Vampire
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, yeah.
So
wait, Velma wasn't already sexy?
The idea behind Velma being sexy started with those live action movies and the people who grew up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look me in the eyes and tell me that basically Daphne versus the henchman was not one of the best parts of the You look me in the eyes and tell me that.
Yeah.
Now who's the damsel
in distress? Me.
Straight up. Like honestly, that's something I want them to bring back. I want them to bring back badass Daphne.
Yeah. I mean, okay, granted, they did bring badass Daphne back for the movie Scooby-Doo and the 13th Ghost, which also served as a kind of like a wrap up for the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Which I think is sad. I think that was sad.
Yeah.
That basically they had to turn that into Scooby-Doo. It's actually this person type things. Like, no, they should have had it. They should have had it been basically, we're dealing with real monsters again, like in Zombie Island.
Yeah, I could get behind that. I think real monsters can work in Scooby-Doo when they make it a twist or something.
Yeah, which is why I am totally down with the final fight in Mystery Incorporated. Oh hey, we're dealing with Cthulhu.
Yes.
We never had Cthulhu on Scooby-Doo, and they made it work really, really well. They really did.
I so need to rewatch that show because I hear it was great. I mean, I've seen it; it's just been a while.
I do too.
I remember there was a scene from one of the episodes where they walked by a statue of Scrappy, And Daphne's like, "Oh, Freddy," and then Freddy's like, "Don't look, Velma. It's too horrible." Like something must have happened to
Don't look,
Scrappy.
Daphne.
Like something must have happened to Scrappy in that series. Oh,
I've only ever seen the screenshots out of context, but I just imagine it was just a really stupid fan service scene.
Probably was.
yeah.
Scrappy's kind of become the butt of jokes over the years.
Because of the
Scrappy
live
is
action movie.
overhated nowadays.
Because of the
Mhm.
live action movie.
And the Scooby-Doo
Honestly-
Apocalypse comics.
Oh yeah, I'd never see those because I didn't. Not really that interested.
They buff him up. They buff the fuck out of him in that.
I still don't want to care about that.
Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to like reworking Scrappy so that he's a little bit more likable.
I'll give that.
Mhm.
Like I know a lot of people think he's annoying, but I can at least understand where they were going with him.
You know who's,
Scooby Dumb?
No, let me at him. No, let me at him.
He worked better than Scooby Dumb.
I was just gonna say they
Oh.
gotta bring Scooby-Doo back at some
Yeah,
point.
there was a bunch.
There you go.
There was a bunch of weird extended Do family in the 70s.
I think I remember Scooby-Doo. He was in like this show that was literally just called the Scooby-Doo show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the grey one with a red hat.
Yeah, like
Dum
weird
dum dum
teeth.
dum
Just
dum.
an idiot. It's like there's
Yeah.
at least with Scrappy, he was at least brave.
Mhm.
Scooby Dumb was just Scooby, but a dumbass.
Okay, going back to a puppet named Scooby-Doo. I
Yeah.
think one of my favorite episodes of that show was where they have a sleepover at Scooby's house, like his manor or whatever. Like his doghouse, I can't remember what it was, but
And it turns out to be a giant ass manor.
yeah. And his family's like being haunted by like this, I guess, the curse of the dew or something.
Yeah.
And so
That
throughout the
sounds bathroom related.
I know, but throughout the episode, Scooby is like trying to run away, and then like his parents just show up and like, "Remember, son, we wanted to let you know that we love you." Like they're just adding the guilt. It's like the funniest thing I've seen.
My favorite episode of Pup Named Scooby Doo was the one where basically Daphne or Velma challenges Freddy that he cannot accuse the monster of being red herring.
Red hair.
But
It was
turns
Daphne.
out the monster was actually red herring. So Freddy just breaks down in tears.
Yeah, I love
Here's
it
another thing
whenever
about
whenever
Scooby
D-pad, hold on. What's up, Wolf?
that you may not have picked up on. You remember the second live action movie? How all of the creatures featured were monsters from one of the series or another.
Yeah.
Right. The briefly mentioned Chickenstein. That was only in Pup Named Scooby Doo.
yes.
Yeah.
So it is canon.
At least to that.
I know.
I
but-
will admit I hated that movie. I hate that movie more than the first one.
Mhm.
I like those two movies. Didn't like the ones that came afterwards. They were really shit.
I
but-
liked the second movie just because Peter Boyle, one of my favorite comedians, was in that, and I loved him from Everybody Loves Raymond because he played Frank Barone, one of my favorite characters from that show.
Who did he play in the movie?
He was like the suspect that like he was the bald guy.
Wasn't
Like
he
the one
Goldman
that,
Jenkins?
yeah, he was like the old man Jenkins.
Oh, him.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that twist. That's
They
why
have
I
the
don't
time
like
of their
that
lives
fucking
and we get
movie.
free minors. That guy.
That
He was the
twist
one like
of the
The guy who was the original.
oh no his character
Fuck, who?
his character wasn't the villain. Like it wasn't the villain. It was his
Yeah, I know he
cellmate
wasn't
that
the
was villain.
villain, but I
Oh,
mean,
right,
he was.
yeah.
I'm trying to remember who his costume was.
He was the original
Wasn't he the-
Paradox.
No, that was Jacovo.
Oh, you know, I have to rewatch the movie to figure that out. It's been so long.
No, the original pterodactyl was the guy who was the original twist villain.
Yeah. But okay. Another like I know Yu hasn't seen this movie yet, and I really encourage him to check this one out. It's the crossover that they did with Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I
That
still
was
need
just
to do that.
that was just hilarious.
I need to look this up now because it's going to wind me up if I don't figure it out.
All right, get back to us when you figure it out, okay?
I will be straight honest. The twist in Monsters Unleashed is why I hate that movie. That was a stupid.
Yeah,
twist.
it
The
felt so
stupid,
generic.
Bitchy, the stupid out of nowhere bitchy reporter turned out to be an old decrepit man in a costume, and to add butter on that shit sandwich, they had to have the line, "You were a man the entire time." Yeah, but we cuddled. Like, why did we need that? Why did we?
That was gross.
Yeah.
That was needless. Gross.
And
it was the Black Knight who the old man was.
The joke itself felt homophobic. To be straight honest, it felt homophobic to me.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just
I was like confused, like, oh, he's a man disguised as a woman. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's like
I wouldn't say homophobic, more that it was deceptive.
True.
Oh, it's like
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Yeah.
I'm roleplaying.
Being heterosexual is not homophobic.
No,
Despite
I'm
what
not.
some
I'm
weirdos think, it's
I'm not saying being heterosexual.
But a
is
man.
homophobic. It
But
just
if a
the
man-
guy saying, "But
Wolf,
was
let you speak.
Let me
you
finish,
speak.
you.
Yeah,
Let Wolf.
I know.
Wolf,
If
let
a
you
man-
speak.
Wolf first.
Okay.
If a man disguises themselves as a woman and intends to have some kind of relation with a straight man under the pretense that that person is a woman, that's deception. And it would not be homophobic to reject that man if they're exposed.
They didn't really say anything about that. Said after that revelation, what we cuddle. I totally understand what it means, and I do thank you for correcting me on that. I don't. Yeah, I always. Yeah, I was using the wrong word. It just felt off to me. It's like that line was.
Yeah, it was off.
Definitely
Because
off.
it was deceptive.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What are you guys' thoughts on Scoop?
I've
I
never
haven't
seen it.
yet.
I didn't see it, but I did hear it was terrible. Although I do believe that Dick Dastardly was portrayed in a good way, at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys watch the movie and then I'll get back to you.
I will be honest though.
I have no intention of watching the movie.
I saw the trailers, and one of the things in the trailer that confused me is that supposedly Scooby was named after the snack.
Yeah.
But, like, this whole time I thought the snack was named after him, and they had a whole brand of dog treats named after this one dog. Because child me was stupid.
I mean, there was an
It's one
episode
of those, it's a cartoon, don't question it things.
I mean, there was an episode of Puppy and Scooby-Doo where they actually went to the Scooby Snack factory.
Alright. I just thought
And
they
there was
decided to name the
also a
snack
What's
after...
New Scooby-Doo episode where they did that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember What's New Scooby-Doo.
Great
was a good
series,
series.
by the way. Honestly think that's the best one, personally.
Second best theme song out of all the Scooby-Doo shows. Second best after the original, obviously.
Well, I mean, it's Simple Plan. And Simple Plan guest starred on What's New Scooby-Doo. Like, they're avid fans.
Yep.
Like, they did a song for the second live-action Scooby-Doo movie.
Mm-hmm.
They guest stars themselves on What's New Scooby-Doo, the episode Simple Plan, and
They also featured a song in the first one.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it's one of their songs in like original.
Briefly.
Yeah, I actually have the soundtrack. I have the soundtrack to both movies. I'm a huge
great fucking soundtrack, by the way.
Yeah. I do
Just
like
a shame
the song.
it's fucking estimated on Apple Music.
I do like the song "Land of a Million Drums" because there's a 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo reference in that song.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Nice.
Land of a Million Drums. Fucking great song. Not on Apple Music. Don't think it's on Spotify either. What the
I'm
fuck
also
out?
checking Spotify now.
Oh yeah, that was actually a good song. Okay, what was I going to say?
In the land of a million drums, there is always. Sorry,
Going
I
on?
better stop myself there because I fucking go on all night doing that.
Yeah. No, that's
No, it's
fun.
not. There is a song called "Land of a Million Drums," but it's from the Urban Underground Society.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with them. It's
Yeah.
not even a cover of the song. That's just a completely different thing altogether.
Yeah, which I hate when it does that.
Oh, what a piss off that is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, what was I going to say? Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say now. Fuck, I hate that. I have it in my head.
I do too. Don't worry, I've had that happen to me even on stream.
Well, we have rambled and stepped on each other's words a lot, so sorry about that.
Oh no, that's.
Or
I think that's what
grown-ass
makes.
adults ramble on about cartoons.
I think that's what makes it fun, though.
Yes, it is.
Or terribly sad, depending on your perspective.
Oh wow, thanks. All right, so have we covered everything we could about Scooby?
Did we cover favorite movies, or because we just talked about?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Favorite series.
Yeah. Okay. Wolf, favorite Scooby-Doo movie?
Oh, I don't know. I probably would have said Cyber Chase until I saw the Kadikarus episode showing how shit it actually is.
Spindly Johnny.
I don't. That's one episode I've never seen because I don't agree with him for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still a good movie.
You can watch the episode and still disagree with what he has to say,
Sure.
but he does have some very good points about plot holes in that movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna let him like ruin that movie for me because I still like it.
Yeah, you can still like a movie in spite of its flaws.
Yep.
I don't know. Let's just say the first live action movie because it's the one that I remember the best.
Okay.
Oh, that's a cheap way out.
That is.
Well, it was either that or the fucking WrestleMania movie, and that is nowhere near as good.
I've
So
never
come
seen
on.
WrestleMania 1, to be honest.
It's good. It's okay if you're into WWE as well. If you're not, don't bother. Not to mention, it's so fucking outdated now. Pretty much everybody involved is no longer involved with the fucking company. So,
Oh, that makes that
including
sad.
John Cena, because I think he was in both of them.
He was.
yeah, but John Cena's also not a featured player nowadays.
True. In fact, he's now one of the hosts of Wipeout.
I mean, just to give you an idea of how fucking old that movie is, AJ Lee was in it.
Oof.
Who?
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna post this up. I'm gonna post this. I'm posting this thing that I found in our podcast outlines channel on the server. This is just something that a friend just sent to me.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh man.
Must have been a hard birth.
Scrappy's mom looks just like so done.
Yes.
You know what? I don't want this kid. I'm gonna give him. I'm just gonna let my brother raise him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna basically post this onto the screen so people can see what we're laughing at.
Also, why are they setting up like a human would in a hospital if they're dogs?
It's a cartoon, don't question it.
Yes.
It's a cartoon.
Okay, it's a cartoon.
Robot, I have to tell you this all the time. It's a fucking cartoon. Stop thinking logic.
Okay, listeners.
Dude, it's not a fucking cartoon. It's a cartoon.
This is a person.
That's
who
a very
does
different
not
kind
like
of
seeing
feature.
Scooby standing on two legs. So I actually have told her she'll hate playing the Scooby-Doo game unmasked. Because all of the Scooby costumes have him on 2 feet.
It's not that I hate it. It's that
looks unnatural. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I feel like.
Have you ever seen a Great Dane standing on its hind legs? It is
I've
a
never seen a
sight
Great
to
Dane
behold.
before, to be honest.
They're
You've never
huge
seen a Great Dane in
dogs.
real life?
They're
Nope.
huge dogs.
No, I'm well aware they're huge dogs, but I've never seen one in real life.
They're lovely dogs. They're thick as pig shit, but they're lovely.
Mm-hmm. Hey, St. Bernards are adorable too, and I'm not just saying that because I have to.
I just feel like
Yeah, my
Scooby wasn't really.
sisters owned Great Danes for a good while now, so I know a thing or two. They fucking slobber everywhere. That's like the big downside to them, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Wolf, are you done talking about your favorite Scooby-Doo movie? Just
pretty much.
Or do you want to?
How about you guys?
All right, Wolf. No, not Wolf. Frick. Yuyu. How about you? Favorite Scooby-Doo movie?
I would have to say my favorite Scooby-Doo movie is a tie between Witch's Ghost, Cyber Chase, and four-way actually. Witch's Ghost, Cyber Chase, Loch Ness Monster, and Mexico. Those basically are my top one, basically, for favorite Scooby-Doo movie.
Wow, I am an idiot for forgetting about Witch's Ghost. That's where the Hex Girls came along.
Yep. Okay.
I haven't seen that one in
and
a
the
while.
fact that they are not a real band is an absolute fucking travesty.
Yeah, it's really weird because it's funny considering Metapocalypse, Deathclaw, they're a real band.
Yeah,
the Hex Girls can exist as a real band,
They can.
or even just one of the. What about one of those virtual bands that are so popular now,
like the Gorillas?
Like the Gorillas, Hatsune Miku. Do something like that with the Hex Girls, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Robot. How about you? Favorite Scooby-Doo movie?
Okay, I want to say I'm kind of with Yuyu on this one. Monster of Mexico and Loch Ness Monster were two that I remember very fondly as a kid. I think we actually rented those from the video store when I was a kid. Another one I remember really well is Scooby Abracadabra Doo, which is one that kept me guessing a lot.
Yeah, that was the introduction to Velma's twin sister, Mindy,
Madeline.
that had a crush on Shaggy. Oh, Madeline. Sorry.
Yeah, but I was like legitimately shocked to who the villain was in that one. Again, it was one of those instances where I was pointing at the screen and trying to figure out
I've not
who was the
seen it,
monster.
so let's keep that hush, shall we?
I'm not going to tell you who it was.
Thank you.
But the intro to that movie is like really good.
Yeah.
It was
the
butler.
I don't think there was a butler. I think there was a maid.
The butler did it. The butler always does it.
Why does the butler do it?
Because it's easy.
It was Colonel Mustard in the library with the lead pipe.
That's the clue, you moron!
No, Wolf jokes, and I'm gonna do a double check just in case it's come out in previous years, but it's like, okay, it has. Okay, never mind then. So I was actually going to say, I'm surprised that we do not have a Scooby-Doo clue, but we do have a Scooby-Doo.
Oh, there is one of those, but it's not a very well designed one. It's a very slapdash one. It's a very cheap one.
Lame.
There was, I can't remember which. Yeah. Big Top Scooby-Doo actually featured Jeff Dunham as a voice, as a character on the show. Like he voiced a character for the movie.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jeff Dunham's one of the few American comedians who's actually funny.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess it's my turn to talk about my favorite Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did we cover series yet?
We'll do that next. We'll do that next.
Okay,
After movies.
Yeah, we'll do that next. My favorite Scooby-Doo movie, I have to say, is The Witch's Ghost. because okay, you have the Hex Girls, an amazing girl band that has to come back, and I agree.
We've actually have seen them in other Scooby-Doo stuff. We've seen them in What's New Scooby-Doo. We've seen them in
Music of the Vampire.
Yeah, Legend of the Vampire too.
Yeah, Legend of the Vampire.
I think they were also in Music of the Vampire too.
I don't think they were. I got my names mixed up.
Okay. They were also in Mr. Ink.
Yeah.
Although I don't
the way
think
that
was the same voice actresses for them.
I think it was. I think it was.
Yeah.
Because I know Thorn is voiced by Jennifer Hill.
Okay.
And she sings as Jennifer Hill. Like, she sings too. And I have the Witch's Ghost soundtrack on my phone. I will say this, like, I like it because, okay, the Scooby-Doo theme is done by Billy Ray Cyrus.
Is it on a streaming service?
No, but I can actually send you I can actually send you the album if you want.
I wouldn't be able to download it. Thank you, though.
Yeah. But no, another reason why I like that movie is because Tim Curry is in it. And
yes, Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. Can we just say
Fantastic.
Tim Curry is freaking amazing in what he does?
Yes.
Yeah.
He can play that villain so well.
It's a real goddamn shame what happened to him.
Oh, yeah. So, like, the moment he appears on, like, in the movie, I'm like, yeah, he's the bad guy. My brother looks at me, he's like, no, he's not. Like, dude, it's Tim Curry. Of course he's the villain. then just, yeah, he's a villain. My brother looks at me, he's like, you see this already. I'm like, no, it's Tim Curry. Do you not know how good of a villain he can play? Because, okay, he was, that toxic character, like the toxic smudge from Ferngully.
Yep.
He was also my favorite Nicktoon villain, Professor Finbar Calamitous from Jimmy Neutron. Me and Yuyu have had talks about that character before on his streams.
Yep.
He was Long John Silver in the Muppet Treasure Island.
Apparently he had said that
he was Pennywise, the original Pennywise.
Yeah, with the like
he was Frankenfurter.
Yep. Apparently in Muppet Treasure Island, he said like working with the Muppets was like a dream come true for him. And after they had finished production of that, the Muppet Workshop actually gave him a puppet version of his Long John Silver persona.
Yeah, they used to do that a fair bit with celebrity guests back in the day, I heard.
Yeah, but the costs were it cost too much to produce like the actual puppets, so they stopped.
Yeah.
Like the last person that they did that for was Jason Segel for the 2011 Muppet movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
I would like to.
I watched the original Muppet Show on Disney Plus. I was very surprised to see Bruce Forsyth turn up on it.
Yeah, well, I think we'll have to have you guys come back for a Muppet show, like a Muppet podcast.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the Muppets that well to like do a podcast episode on it, but I do just have the odd opinion. I don't know if you guys even know who Bruce Forsyth is.
Who is he?
Yeah, very popular over here. Extremely popular over here. Has been his whole life. He was constantly working in entertainment until the day he died, really. But he tried. I heard from somebody that he tried to break into America a fair few times, but never succeeded. And the Muppet Show was one of those attempts at that, apparently.
I'll have to look at that up and find that out. But
yeah, okay. Bruce Forsyth is an absolute legend.
Yeah, I'll look that up and like just find out. But as I was saying, yeah, no, I also liked Witch's Ghost. I did like the straight out of nowhere Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog because I'm also a huge fan of Courage the Cowardly Dog, and the way that they portrayed Courage and Eustace and Muriel in that series, the same humor that you find from like the show, but it did disappoint me to hear that the show's creator of Courage the Cowardly Dog wasn't even involved with that movie.
That's so sad.
Mhm.
Well, that stinks.
Yeah. I think I also liked which one was it? Loch Ness Monster. That was a good one. That one and Pirates Ahoy. That was a good one
Oh,
too.
that had a really good song in it. I remember that
Yeah.
one.
I
Yeah.
remember that one because basically all the
That's
mini
the way
monsters
we
were
go,
based.
as the river goes to our friend.
I remember that movie
Um,
because basically all the minions and monsters were basically just hypnotized people. It's like that was just fucked up.
Yeah.
It's really messed
and-
up when they have to go with the hypnosis route. It's
And then my final favorite Scooby-Doo movie was The Goblin King.
Oh yeah,
Because
that
again,
was
Tim Curry was in that.
that was another one that had actual monsters in it.
Wayne Knight was in that too, which was nice. I like Wayne Knight. Wayne Knight, Tim Curry. What's the guy who voices Rex from Toy Story? He was like in it.
Wallace Shawn.
Yeah. No, it was a good movie. Okay, so talking now about favorite Scooby-Doo shows. Robot, let's start with you this time.
All right. Well, the two I remember the most prominently from my childhood. Well, aside from the original, which we all love, obviously. Well, most of us. The two I most prominently remember are What's New Scooby-Doo and A Pup Named Scooby-Doo. I was actually surprised when I found out that A Pup Named Scooby-Doo is as old as it is, because they played it on Cartoon Network up until the late 2000s, if you can believe it. I did not know it was originally from the late 80s.
That was
All
back
right,
when Cartoon Network and Boomerang would actually bother replaying their old classics instead of just shitting out fucking marathons of Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. All right. Wolf, how about you? Favorite Scooby-Doo TV series?
Well, the original Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, of course. It's got to be up there. What's New Scooby-Doo is like a favourite of mine, and this is a guilty pleasure of mine. You're probably going to hate me for this one. I actually liked Shaggy and Scooby Get a Clue.
I'm not the only one that liked that show. I'm not the only one.
I thought the villain in it was hilarious, honestly.
Yeah.
And I liked the weird robot butler they had too.
Yeah.
Even if he did have only one note gag, and that was so like he couldn't pronounce Scooby-Doo correctly.
How do you not pronounce Scooby-Doo correctly?
Because when Scooby tells you how to pronounce his name,
oh, the I'm or something.
Ruby Roo, yeah. Hello, nephew Shaggy and Ruby Roo.
Well, okay, his nephew was voiced by Shaggy's uncle, that was voiced by Casey Kasem, as that was his last role before he passed away. And,
oh wow, really?
Yeah. And Scooby was voiced by Scott Manville, Robin's voice actor. No, sorry, Shaggy. Shaggy was voiced by Scott Manville, and Scooby was, of course, Frank Welker. Forgot about that.
And then, of course, they also had the rare cameo from the rest of the Mystery Gang as well. And I liked the designs. I know a lot of people don't, but I do.
Yeah,
I liked them.
All right, Yuyu, what are your favorite? What's your favorite Scooby-Doo series, like TV series?
All right. The original show, Where Are You? 13 Ghosts, and What's New Scooby-Doo.
Nice. For me, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue, Mystery Inc., and the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. Just because I was at that age demographic for that show, and I loved it because of Vincent Van Price. He's like one of my favorite actors. Okay. But yeah, I think we've talked about Scooby long enough. Wouldn't you guys say?
Yeah, probably.
So, all right. So, as we talked about this last week, and Robot brought this up, but what is your guys' thoughts on Tara Strong trying to push for Charles to voice Mario for the Mario movie? Let's start with Robot first.
Well, like I said before, I don't think I no disrespect to Charles Martinet, but I don't think that over the top Italian accent could work for a whole movie. I also think, and I basically just my repeated thoughts from before. Why is Tara saying claiming to speak for voice actors when she says Charles Martinet should be Mario, but she's not saying, "Oh, Frank Welker should stay Fred" or something.
Or okay, can I bring this up before we ask you this question, Wolf?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you notice that how? Oh, I heard myself for like a minute here. Did you guys notice that the Mario community is making a big deal out of this? Like they want Charles to voice Mario for the movie. If I'm not doing this to take shots at the movie, but remember when the Sonic movie came out and it was announced that Ben Schwartz was voicing Sonic? No one had a problem with that. Everyone was on board with that.
Because everyone was
That's because Ben Schwartz is actually a good voice actor.
Mm-hmm. I think the reason why...
To be fair, real quick, Chris Pratt has never really done a lot of voice acting.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Well, I mean, he has, but the thing is, when he does, he just plays Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
He is not a voice actor.
Voice acting thing.
Wasn't he Emmett in the Lego movie?
Yes.
And just one of the two guys in Onward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But okay, I'm gonna give Chris the chance because he could still they still have a lot of the they probably have to do a full trailer, but he could pull it off. We don't know. I just feel like people are jumping on this bandwagon because they don't like Chris Pratt as an actor to begin with. That's why they want him gone.
Why don't they like Chris Pratt?
Some stuff that's been.
Yeah, I've heard
really
some
don't
stuff.
Want to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it either. I'm not gonna talk about it either.
It's politics or something, but it's we're not gonna get.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into it. You can always look it up after Robot and let me know what your thoughts are afterwards.
So it's the same reason why people don't like Shatner.
Well, unlike Shatner, I do believe Chris Pratt actually absolved himself of his errors, of his political errors.
Yeah, he's made up for it. But I just feel it's cancel culture too. They're trying to pick the littlest thing that they can and try and get their way, so to speak.
Nah, this isn't cancel culture. If it was cancel culture, they'd be trying to make sure Chris Pratt never had a job again. By all means, keep playing Star-Lord. Just don't think you can play Mario, because you clearly can't.
I'm willing to give it a shot, Yep. Yeah, that's all I can say. But okay, now I know oh yeah, what are your thoughts on Chris voicing Mario and this whole Tara Strong wanting Chris canceled or replaced?
Me.
Yeah, Wolf.
Yeah. Well, Tara Strong is just one on a bandwagon. Her voice just happens to be louder because she has a bigger following. The thing that Robot brought up about why didn't she say it for this person or that person? Well, it's a bigger. This is on a bigger scale than those were. Those other three were very much self-contained in their own fandoms, where this has gone much more significantly viral. And as for the whole, Charles Martinet doing the Mario voice for a whole movie wouldn't work, that's nonsense, honestly. Because people have been bringing up the examples of when Charles Martinet has been doing the Mario voice for longer than a few seconds, and not the fucking sound bites that Nintendo have been recycling since 1996. Charles Martinet is a professional voice actor. he can do this. He can do this voice for a 120-minute movie
Alright.
easily, and he can make it work. Not to mention, have you heard some of the foreign dubs?
I have not.
No.
People have been showing clips of the foreign dubs of the trailers where the actors they've brought in are doing their own take on the Mario voice. The French dub in particular sounds exactly the same as Martinet. They literally just brought in Chris Pratt so they could have his name on the fucking poster. Not because he was the right choice. And here's the thing that I think is the biggest fucking insult, right? Charles Martinet is in the movie, but as bit parts.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they could have gone with the whole, like, yeah, we're not going to, have Charles in the movie to begin with, but it's nice that they're actually having him in the movie. And I will say this, he better have a cameo as my favorite plumber, otherwise I will riot. And I'm talking about him. No, Wario.
That was close.
Yeah, I've heard that's possible. Yeah, I've heard people throwing that around. I honestly don't think that those two are going that Wario, Waluigi, or both of them are going to feature.
Waluigi
honestly don't think
in
they
the
are.
movie. Waluigi.
Now here's one take that's a lot more controversial. Everybody's loving Jack Black as Bowser, right? Now I have nothing against Jack Black or his Bowser voice, but Bowser speaking in full sentences does not sit right with me.
You would not like the RPGs.
Exactly. Something about Bowser. I mean, text boxes have been fine, but hearing him speak in full sentences with that monster growl voice doesn't seem right. You got to remember, everybody hated his voice in Sunshine for a reason.
Oh, the least we say about Sunshine, the better.
Exactly.
It's DK.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to hear speak. Not because I don't like Seth Rogen. I do. He's a great guy.
Oh,
DK should not be speaking.
Seth Rogen's another one of those guys who doesn't actually voice act. He just comes in and plays himself for 90 fucking minutes.
Well,
like, he just comes in, does his fucking stupid stir laugh, and pisses off again. You ready to hear that come out of Donkey Kong? Because I fucking ain't.
Well, when the last thing you were in is Santa
They even did a bit
there's
about
no way
it in that
it's
fucking Chip and Dale movie. Sorry, Robot. Sorry.
I was just gonna make a joke. When the last thing you're in was Santa Inc., there's no way to go but up. But I mean, he was in the Chip and Dale movie. That was good, but his character was basically a joke.
Yeah, and they did this whole meta joke where a bunch of other guys who he voiced turn up, and they all do that stupid fucking star laugh together, and it's like, what you just did was expose the problem with Seth Rogen as a voice actor. In that,
I feel like
he's not a voice actor; he just shows up and plays himself, like Chris Pratt's doing.
Okay, you were saying
that's why I hate meta jokes like that, where they call out a problem but don't actually do anything about it.
Address the problem, yeah.
Exactly, like, the Teen Titans Go style of, we're aware that what we're doing sucks, but we're going to keep sucking anyway. I hate those meta jokes. I think that is the worst way to do a fourth wall gag.
Yeah, meta humor's really fallen down the shitter lately. The last time it was done well was the second Deadpool movie. From what I've seen, anyway.
I'm not saying I don't like fourth wall humor. I love it in stuff like Chowder or like Phineas and Ferb and stuff.
It's just you have to go with a subtle route with it.
Phineas and Ferb had a surprising amount of continuity in it as well.
And it even trails on to another show.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Oh crap! What was I gonna say?
But yeah, I've pretty much said my piece about what I think of Chris Pratt as Mario, and that is, I don't like it. It's not going to be good. I don't have a reason to believe this movie to be good because it's Illumination. What Illumination makes are movies that look good but have no actual substance.
I mean, Illumination
is good
could
at
surprise you.
jangling keys, and it's like, oh well, it shut the kids up for 2 hours, so I'm happy with it.
I mean,
That's the kind of movie Illumination make. I know Despicable Me 1, 2, and arguably 3 were good, but everything that isn't those was awful.
I mean,
I didn't like Despicable Me 3.
Yeah, but I mean, Illumination could surprise us with this movie because, like, as they said in the direct, like they have staff that are Mario fanatics, like they're hardcore Mario fans. So getting to work on this movie, they're bringing that passion and just the art style and the animation for this movie look fantastic. So
Yeah, they keep
Illumination,
saying that, but like I said,
I mean,
of course it looks fantastic, but then again, so do all of Illumination's movies. Because they're made to look pretty and bouncy and bright to keep the kids distracted. You're not, but they don't.
At least they're not filling the screen with minions this time.
Yes. Oh, the minions can burn in hell.
I mean, I didn't hate the minions early on, but they kind of got more annoying as the movies went on.
Yeah.
The thing about the minions is that they ended up doing the same thing the rabbits did.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
The moment they broke out of their own franchise and spun off into their own thing is when they got really fucking annoying.
They can be don't give me
except for Mario plus Rabbit, everyone.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: Rabbids and minions are basically the same thing.
They are.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, I see it.
They're basically the same fucking creature.
Yeah.
They run around making loud noises, waving fucking plungers about.
Okay. And do you have anything to add to this, Yuyu?
Honestly, I don't. My thoughts were basically said in the last podcast. I'm excited for the movie. I can't wait to see a longer trailer to have that and hear Chris actually doing more lines than just a grunt, a scream, and then a 3-word sentence.
Mushroom Kingdom,
here
we come.
So it's like I'm holding my full critique of Chris Mario until we actually get something actually emotional or stuff.
Chris Mario, it's his name now.
That is also fair. There's going to be a proper trailer eventually.
It mostly gave us Jack Black Bowser. Jack Black killed it.
Yeah. And I think I said this last week too, but I'm gonna say it again this week just so these two can hear. But once the Mario movie comes out, that is gonna destroy what Sonic made at the box office. Like let's just be real here.
It probably will, but like I say, it's because it's something else Illumination is shitting out, not because it's gonna be anything good.
Oh, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I don't like the fact that people are talking like the Mario movie and Sonic movies are going to fucking war because they're not.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Oh no, they're not.
They're not. Sonic
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Sonic 3 is 2 years away. It's not going to war with the fucking Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sonic 3 is going to go to war with whatever next Marvel. So Sonic
and it'll probably kick the shit out of it again.
What if we get Mario in the Marvel movie?
Oh god. Okay.
Star-Lord shows up dressed as Mario.
Okay.
Now that's the most ambitious crossover of all time.
Yeah, if they do a Mario movie, if they have Chris Pratt appear in Deadpool 3, I want them to do that as a joke.
Just have Star-Lord dressed up.
Mario.
Okay, apparently Ben Schwartz said during an interview for Sonic 2 because they mentioned that Mario's getting a movie. What are your thoughts on that? Apparently he said, Smash Initiative.
Which I
He's
love that. I love the fact that that's become a meme now because of the Mario.
Yeah, he's like, like, come on, Nintendo, like, let's do a Smash Bros. Crossover with Mario and Sonic.
Oh, that meme got so old so fast,
It did.
Oh, I
but-
still like it.
and it's not even funny.
I still like
Like
it.
old Detective, like people have actually been making that joke since Detective Pikachu came out.
Yeah,
Because
I've
the
heard-
Mario movie was in development hell for God knows how long, and we knew the Sonic movie was coming at the time anyway.
All right, you were saying you.
I've heard more for when it comes to jokes for Detective Pikachu. I heard the obnoxiously louder Danny DeVito should be Detective Pikachu a lot more than
Oh,
Ice Raid.
yeah.
Oh well, that wasn't a joke. That was an actual campaign. And even then, I think that was more for when the game was localized than for the movie.
It started out as a joke, Wolf, but then people started to campaign for it. They wanted it to be a real thing.
Well, I mean, come on, and at least for the game localization, tell me you couldn't hear Danny DeVito's voice coming out of that.
Played the game, so.
Yeah, I haven't played the game either. I've only seen the movie. Like, that's the Detective Pikachu that I've seen. Like, I haven't actually played the games, so
Well,
I
I mean,
wouldn't know.
I've seen the screenshots of it. That's the best I can say, at least. And I could say, yeah, I could hear Danny DeVito voicing that.
I could not see him voicing Pikachu, honestly.
Yeah, but remember, it's not Pika Pikachu. It's
I know.
Pikachu.
I'm just saying, like, I don't see him voicing like Detective Pikachu.
Your mic is messing up big time, mate. You might want to unplug it or something.
I don't know why. Sometimes, like, I'm actually using my tablet because, surprise, surprise, my mic actually broke.
And that sucks.
Yeah, so I actually have to like, because I don't have my laptop, Wolf. My laptop's broken. So I've been using my tablet. So I've been using my tablet to like make these podcasts.
Hey, I'm on my tablet too. Hey, am I sounding all right, or am I fucking up?
You sound good.
Yeah. So I've said this before on multiple podcasts. I apologize if my audio kind of fucks up. Like, it's probably Discord that does it. But as I was saying, the next thing, like, we're coming towards the end of this week's podcast, so we have 3 more topics, and that's the next one is like, Wolf wanted to talk a little bit about the FNAF movie. So,
hey, very quickly before we do that, D-pad, maybe if you left the call and come back in, it might fix it.
I can try. Just keep going, okay? Keep going.
We'll keep the call open, obviously.
No, he more means start giving your thoughts on FNAF.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's still doing the same thing.
I don't think so.
I'm not exactly sure what he's doing.
Anyway, ask me what you're going to ask.
We want to hear your thoughts on FNAF. FNAF movie. No.
The movie. Well, personally, first of all, I should probably mention the new news that came out about it first, probably.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes,
yeah,
because there was a leak came out that Kane Carter would later confirm has been verified. Thanks to a source close to GVN, we have obtained exclusive new details regarding the characters for the film. The film is looking to cast a male and female lead and a female supporting lead. The male lead, named Mike, in his mid-20s to early 30s. His character description lends some plot points for the movie. Riddled with guilt over a tragedy in his past and now struggling to take care of his younger sister on his own, Mike is low on options when he lands a new job to pay the bills, the night security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Mike is vulnerable with a tough exterior. Though he means well, his obsession with digging for truth may have potentially disastrous consequences. Female lead, Abby, age 10. Mike's younger sister, Abby, is inquisitive and brave, with a creative mind and keen intuition. A bit of a loner who keeps her thoughts and feelings close to her chest, she expresses herself primarily through drawings. Growing up without her parents, while being raised by her unreliable brother, Abby has learned to fend for herself. That said, she is still very much a child, emotionally vulnerable, full of imagination, and not without the normal outbursts of a 10-year-old. Female supporting lead, Vanessa, in her 20s. Vanessa is a police officer who shows up during one of Mike's work shifts. While leading with a bright and sunny disposition, Vanessa has a keen understanding of the dark history and inner workings of the restaurant. Not wanting to reveal too much of what she may know, she works to help Mike survive the night.
So I'm going to just straight up say this right now. There's going to be a scene where the little sister is kidnapped by the animatronic.
So that's the lead. That's the lead cast we have so far. We have Mike, we have Abby, which, by the way, is a lesser-known shorthand for Elizabeth.
Yep.
And we have a Vanessa. So, from what it sounds like, this is going to be the Afton family, but not really.
Yep.
By the sound of it. And as for my opinion on the movie, I have had this same thought ever since it was first announced. I have no faith that this movie is going to be any good.
Okay. FNAF or Mario movie then? Which one are you going to say is the better one?
Well, I'd have to wait until I'd see them. Although, one thing I will point out, I am more willing to see the FNAF movie in a theatre than I am the Mario movie.
So you're gonna give FNAF might be better than.
Well, it's not so much that I think it might be better, but I'm more willing to contribute to Scott Cawthon and Blumhouse's pocket than I am the over-bloated pockets of Illumination and Nintendo.
All right. Okay. Well,
can I bring up 2 more movies we've learned of in the past week?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, can I bring up one? Can I bring up the one?
All right, you might as well go ahead and do that one.
So, okay, we all know about the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, right?
Oh my god, I've heard about this.
Sure, it's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yep, we're getting a horror slasher movie for this because
called You're a Mean One. Or something like that.
Yep.
Quite frankly, I didn't know that How the Grinch Stole Christmas was public domain. I didn't think it was over 100 years old. But here we are.
Then how is
I don't think I don't. It's probably some Spanish company or some. I don't want to sound racist. So shut up.
It's probably some bootleg company. Company. Yeah. Let's go with that. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Didn't the widow of Dr. Seuss say she didn't want any more live-action adaptations after the Cat in the Hat movie?
Nope, they've said that.
If the license expires, she can't do jack nor shit. So,
I'm gonna do some research on this, and then I'm gonna get to the bottom of this because this is
the legality of it is a big question mark to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically they're doing a Grinch horror movie where the Grinch is probably going to be the monster, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of
the entire movie.
The Grinch story.
Yep.
Hang on. Let me see if I can pull up the plot quickly here.
All right. Can I start talking about the second one?
Yeah, go ahead and start talking about the. I'll let you know when I get like the plot for the You're a Mean One out.
Yeah, there was some hilarious name changes, I recall.
So, we all know that Die Hard is the best Christmas movie, correct?
Are they really going to do another one?
Technically, yes.
Well, let's hear about it.
It's not in the same way as what you're thinking.
What is it?
Violent Nights. Basically, it's Die Hard, but with Santa instead of John McClane.
I heard about that one.
I
I
was
think I
curious
did
on it.
hear about that,
I was
actually,
curious on
yeah.
it, but honestly, the first 30 seconds of the trailer turned me away immediately because we see Santa drinking beer. No. No, if you're doing something like this, you don't go serious. You do it goofy, and you have Santa getting drunk on milk. Fuck you. Fuck you, and I already hate this.
I mean, we've seen evil Santas before. It's not new anymore.
This isn't Evil Santa. This isn't Evil Santa. Like I said, take what Bruce Willis did during Die Hard, the first one,
Yeah.
and replace him with Santa.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like actual Santa and not a fucking
It's Santa.
mole Santa.
It's
Santa.
It's
Santa.
Yeah. And like
All
I
right.
said, have him get drunk on milk. Don't have him drink beer. Have him get drunk on milk. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of evil Santas, that loops us
Hang
right
on.
back around to Goldberg in movies again. Let's go.
Okay, I have the plot for You're a
Yeah,
Mean
go
One.
ahead.
Okay, in the audacious new parody, the Mean One, played by David Howard Thornton, is a hairy green-skinned Grump in a Santa suit, living on a mountain above the town of Newville, displeasing the holiday season. Young Cindy, you know who, played by Christine Martin. I know.
Christ, you're fucking shit. I love it.
Okay, young Cindy, you know who, whose parents were butchered.
Okay, stop saying the last name, D-Pad. We're not gonna get anywhere.
Okay, whose parents were butchered by the Mean One 20 Christmases earlier, is returning to town to seek closure, but is about to discover that this fiend with a heart 2 sizes too small is quite eager to carve the roast beast.
Are we sure this isn't a porn parody? Because this is sounding very porn-like.
Welcome
Yeah.
to a lot of bad horror movies. They sound really porny.
Okay, I might have to rope Yu into watching that movie with me.
You're
Then
gonna
we
have
have
to
to,
pay me
like-
$100 to do this straight on.
What if I get the copy and send it to you?
$50 then.
Damn it. Well, Robot, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to sell you to Yu now to pay
Oh
off.
crap! Just escaped slavery.
We're joking.
Anyway,
we're
the
joking,
gag-
guys.
Yeah, we're joking.
The
We're
gag
joking.
I
We're joking.
made about evil Santa Claus and looping it back to Goldberg again,
Go ahead.
because he was, of course, Santa's sleigh.
Just
I think that was the one he was in.
I'm looking it up.
Basically, this take on evil Santa is that he's a demon who for punishment had to be this good Samaritan who delivered presents for 100 years.
Mhm.
And now his sentence is up and he can go back to being a lunatic again.
Yep.
It sounds
Yep.
really dumb.
It
Yeah.
is really dumb, but depending on who you are, it's the kind of dumb you can enjoy.
Yeah, it's a 2005 horror slasher comedy film. Yeah. Yeah, Goldberg. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
If it
looking
has
at
Bill Goldberg, then it's the right one.
Yeah, Bill Goldberg. Yep.
Sounds like you found it.
Yeah, I have. Like, oh, fucking God.
I know.
It's like, okay, Santa lost to the angel in a curling match. And he has to deliver presents for 1,000 years. And then it turns out that the grandfather of the main character is the fucking angel.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, but at least he gets to deliver a spear and do his famous "Who's next" line, so that's good enough for a Goldberg movie for me.
And the stupid thing is, it doesn't even get a sequel. So basically, the fact that the killer gets away is fucking dumb. I hate if you're going to do that type of ending.
Yeah, but
here's
the thing about that, you. Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
That scene just exists so that Goldberg can
Could
say
say
who's next.
And I'm looking on Wikipedia. Yeah,
because
Who's Next it actually has its own wiki page.
Who's Next was like Goldberg's whole thing.
Yeah, no,
right?
I get that.
Saying who's next.
I get that.
So that's why that scene exists. That's all.
Yeah. Like, oh my fucking god. Can we please stop putting murder Santas now? Can we?
Yeah, can we?
We should have stopped after Weird Al.
Wait, what do you mean Weird Al?
The night Santa went crazy.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, that one.
That is peak evil Santa. Yes, Virginia. Now Santa Claus is dead. Some guy from the SWAT team blew a hole in his head.
Yeah.
I gotta listen to that one.
Oh, that's a good word. Okay. Moving on. You brought these up, and I actually completely forgot about this, but we have updates on Bayonetta 3 and Sonic Frontiers. So,
well, I don't think you got to talk about his two movies.
No,
you mentioned the second movie.
Yeah. The first one was the Grinch one. The second one was Violent Night. So I did.
Oh, that Grinch was the second movie. Okay,
Grinch
then.
was the second one.
Yeah. Because like me and you found this out, like the Grinch movie out at the same time earlier this week.
Yeah.
So,
all right, yeah, fair enough.
I was kind of hoping he was
going Frontiers. Let's go.
And I was kind of hoping he was going to take the Grinch because I would have been really mad if you were going to talk about Violent Night. I was going to get mad. So I actually really wanted to be the one to bring that up.
Well, I'm glad I talked about the Grinch one.
But yeah, so which one should we talk about first? Sonic Frontiers
Let's go with
Bayonetta?
Let's go with Bayonetta first because I feel like Sonic is going to be the last topic.
Okay.
Because it's
Sonic. I think we're going to have more to talk about with Sonic. So yeah it's better to do Bayo 3 first.
Yeah. So apparently we have Multiverse Bayonetta now. Because what we've seen in the new trailer showed us off a pop star-esque Bayo, a Musketeer Bayonetta, and a Pharaoh Bayonetta.
Oh, you know what? I actually didn't see any of that. I should probably look at that up, yeah?
Well, do you want to just mute the podcast so you don't get spoiled on this stuff? And he's muting himself, so...
I'm gonna go look at the I'm gonna go look at the trailer now so that I don't disturb you.
Alright.
Okay. Alright. Just come back when you're done. Should we continue to talk about it then? Or do you want
honestly, all I'm going to say, and if you guys want to, you can give your own thoughts too. Mm-hmm. All I want to say is I really wish they all weren't the same voice actress.
Yeah, apparently.
I really feel that they should have had a different voice actress for each version. Yeah,
I was just gonna bring that up because apparently for Bayonetta 3, it's not the actual voice actors from the first two. It's actually
because scheduling voicing the witch in 3 is Jennifer Hale.
Yeah, which I'm on.
But Japanese is still the same. And like you said, I do feel that we should have gotten different voice actresses for all of the Bayonetta 4.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like,
so and so
I agree. Well, Robot, do you want to go first?
What?
Bayonetta 3.
I don't know. I've never played those games, so I don't really have an opinion on them.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. I'm about to sneeze here, so just give me one. Oh, that was so close. I was just about to sneeze on air.
Yeah, I hate that.
Crap, what was I gonna say? I am not that like
Go ahead.
I've played the Bayonetta games. Like it's like, how do I say this? It interests me at the same time, but at the same time, just I think I'm gonna wait for this one to come out and then just the hype over with, because there's gonna be tons of people talking about this more over Mario, Rabbids, Sonic Frontiers, and like I think I'm just gonna wait for the frenzy to die down before getting a copy. I might ask for a copy of Bayo 3 for Halloween. Not for Halloween, but for Christmas this year. Yeah,
I still need to play number 2. And I also need to basically play. I've beaten the story. I just need to go through and actually do the.
Nice. What would you say out of the 2 is your favorite one?
Considering I've only played the first one, I have to go with the first one. I've never played.
Oh, that's
2.
right. That's right. Sorry, I forgot that you didn't actually play the second one. Forgive me, okay? Forgive me, Yuyu, for I have sinned.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just. Bleh. Okay, but maybe we should wait for. Oh, are you back, Wolf?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Okay, what are your thoughts on the trailer?
I'm just more interested in more Bayonetta, really, honestly. Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
You want to talk about development hell?
Yeah.
Hooey!
Hey, it's not as bad as what Duke Nukem Forever went through. It's not as bad as Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Good. No, that's actually taken over Duke Nukem Forever now for how long that's officially been in development.
Yeah.
Oh, Beyond Good and Evil?
Yeah.
Yep.
We are never going to see Beyond Good and Evil 2.
We'll see a new Rayman game before we get Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering the fact that Spark of Hope does have Rayman in DLC.
Yeah. I saw they teased that. Imagine that comes out and it's just a fucking hat.
That would piss a lot of people off, and I'm pretty sure that's going to make that would probably make Ubisoft just as hated as Konami.
Oh yeah.
People already despise Ubisoft. Don't worry about that.
But no, it's going with a Rayman hat. That's going to be basically just, nope, you're as bad as Konami. Fuck you. We want you gone now.
That'd be career suicide.
It would.
Here's my thoughts for like the DLC for Mario Rabbids, because like it sounds like they're going to be doing multiple DLCs for it, which I'm all for. I bet you for the first DLC, it's going to be Rayman, and maybe if she isn't in the actual story itself, Rosalina. Which, if she's not in the actual story, I'm going to be a little upset, because you have Rabbid Rosalina, but not actual Rosalina.
Oh, speaking of Rabid Sparks of Hope, have you seen that the Rabbids are now speaking in full sentences too?
Yeah. You actually brought this up.
That is fucking wrong.
I'm laughing at that. I can't really wait for that.
That is so fucking wrong.
It is, and it is. I'm just laughing at that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, I believe that the main quote unquote antagonist Rabbid in. Wait, no, actually, no, he didn't.
No.
I was actually going to say that I believe that the Rabbid that fused with the combiner thingamajig actually spoke, but no, he doesn't. I don't think he actually speaks.
I mean, I didn't play the first one because I wasn't interested in it, but
the only person that actually spoke in the first Mario & Rabbids movie was that inventor at the beginning.
And
that was the only. No, Beeple never spoke.
Oh, are you talking voice actor?
Speaking,
yeah. Or are you talking speaking?
Full sentences.
Beeple spoke.
Yeah, no, the robot never did. It was like the inventor that invented Beeples.
No, that
was that invented people.
No, Beeple had voice line, not text line.
I thought you said inventor that invented people.
I'm tired. Fight me.
We're talking about characters that don't speak gibberish.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Actually had vocal lines.
Okay, I'm losing my mind here.
They weren't voice acted, but Beepo was basically the voice for the entire party cast.
Okay. Yes. Now it's coming back to me. Pay no attention to the idiot here.
We're all idiots here.
Yep. Okay, anyway, so with that out of the way, let's talk about Sonic Frontiers, because they released a trailer for the combat and the skill tree system. I'm gonna start by saying I welcome this change.
Agreed.
I welcome this. Like, this is like they're trying something different for a Sonic game, and I feel like this could
time.
I feel like this could work a lot better.
You know, and it really looks really flowy, and honestly, it looked to me. This is just me being an idiot and just assuming. It makes me think that they spoke to Like a Dragon Studios and asked for a little bit of help with combat. I'm not going to say they fully helped. They gave a little bit of assistance.
Yeah, I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Apparently, the combat system for this game was inspired by the Sonic movie because of how Sonic did combat, like in that movie, like in the movies. So it's actually interesting to hear that this is actually where, that inspiration for the combat for the game came from. Honestly, I am excited for the. I like how the I guess you could say like the skill points, like they're like EXP, I guess, in a way. I like how that kind of like builds up over time. And as you progress through the game, like your enemies are gonna get. I mean, of course, your enemies are gonna get harder. It's a freaking Sonic game.
I love how they're trying. I love how they're trying something new again. Because my favorite era of Sonic was when every game was different.
Basically, the early 2000s.
More or less, yeah.
Including Shadow.
All right.
Pretty much everything between Sonic Adventure and Unleashed, I suppose. Yeah, because then after that, everything was just the frigging daytime stages from Unleashed, over and over and over again.
You wanna know what the best movie was? I mean, sorry, not best movie. Fuck, the best game was Sonic 06. Of course, making a joke.
I have kicked him from the call.
Do that?
I don't know what. Apparently, I got booted from the call. What the hell?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
You made this server.
I'm a mod.
What the hell?
Hey, okay. We were joking around. At least I didn't basically pull something that occurred during Brain Scratch Com's playthrough of Sonic the Secret Rings. Where Ted ends up just kicking Gareth from the entire Discord server.
Now that is legitimately one of the worst fucking Sonic games. That purely down to its stupid gimmicky control system.
The sad thing is, it actually was a pretty decent idea for a story. It really should have had better controls.
Yes,
like the music was awesome.
So many games that would have been okay if it wasn't for this. There's like 2 games that should have been so much better than they were if it wasn't for a stupid fucking gimmick being tied to them.
Yeah,
the first was Secret Rings. Black Knight actually controlled okay,
but
the other one was
still kind of tied to the auto running thing. So
believe me, it's night and day. With those 2. And the other one, Sonic Free Riders.
That one
Oh, I
you
hate it
kind of
for
want to
order.
blame the fact that they tried to make a Connect game for that. So it's like it's
Yeah.
not really Sega, it's more
You have my boy, the top man, Metal Sonic, as the big bad again, and I can't fucking play it because it's anchored to a console I have never owned and never will own.
and a
And on top of that,
peripheral.
requires a stupid fucking gimmick that doesn't work.
Well, okay, depending on the game. Because there are games for the Connect that actually do work.
Yeah, if the fucking moon's in the right place.
No, the in-house ones actually do work. The in-house,
Yeah, but seriously, Sonic Free Riders, fucking take that shit, cut the Connect bollocks out, and give it some proper fucking controls.
Yep.
And then put it on the other systems, for God's sake.
Yep. I mean, they did that with Zero Gravity. I believe that one was released during the.
It was. It came out.
Yeah,
for,
but that
Free
was
Riders
more
came, sorry,
form anyway.
Zero Gravity came out for
PS2 and
the
Wii.
Wii, yeah, and I think Xbox.
Yeah, and the Wii one works better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Zero
I
Gravity
still have my
system in
copy.
that was fucking weird. I didn't get very far in Zero Gravity. I played the first one to completion, but the second one, ugh. Could not get on with the gimmicks in that one.
Yeah. Okay. But
Anyway,
okay.
Frontiers.
Yes. We're getting off topic here, peoples.
One thing I
Let's
do
get-
want to point up for Frontier. If you are curious on getting the game,
Yeah.
sign up for the newsletter.
Yes.
They are
Yes.
giving away the soap shoes. Venture
And they
Chase
look
shoes.
amazing.
They do, and I'm excited because I always found those shoes to be Sonic's best shoes because they look so cool.
I'm actually signing up for the newsletter right now.
Yeah, go do that right now. I've already done that.
It's a Sonic Frontiers specific newsletter, by the way, not the regular Sega one.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm signing up for it just because I hear the shoes and those are my favorite kind of shoes, like favorite sneakers too. So
Yep, the day it comes out, they'll send you a download code.
And I also am happy at the fact that, oh hey, we're actually using the Chaos Emeralds for something.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Chaos Emeralds have not been used for anything plot related since Unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go, oh, but what about the Supersonics versus Time Fight? Yeah, but yeah, you can also say that. But
yeah, but
collecting the Chaos Emeralds was not part of the story.
Yeah, the Chaos Emeralds really didn't play much of a plot into that like they do for this game. Like, the whole premise of this is Sonic and his friends are searching for them because they went missing.
Yeah.
So,
And apparently you can get them all really quickly and turn to Supersonic really quickly if need be.
Hey, you could do that in Sonic 2 also.
Yeah.
Because I believe a playthrough of Sonic 2 I've watched, they actually say there are exactly 7 checkpoints in between both Acts 1 and 2 of Emerald Hill Zone.
So it's possible in theory.
Yeah.
Whether or not you get 50 rings and keep them.
And you find
is another thing altogether.
Yeah. And don't miss a single one, because if you get any one, because if you go straight from the first one to the third one, you can't go back to the second one once you hit the third one.
Yeah. Good thing there's a whole last game in front of you then, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah.
But another thing that's interesting is the fact that because you can get the Chaos Emerald so quickly, there are foes that you can't defeat even as Supersonic, apparently.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm certainly interested to see where that's going.
Yeah.
Some people are speculating that's going to be in a new form. I don't know about that. But it will be
Okay.
interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah. And I signed up for the newsletter as we speak.
Good.
Oh, by the way, here's a controversial take. The soap shoes. Yeah, they're cool, but they are kind of overrated. And the fact the demand for them to keep coming back for so long didn't really make any sense when you consider the context of why they were there in the first place.
Why were they there in the first
Mm.
It was a cross promotion with a Japanese shoe company.
Oh, right.
That's why they're called soap shoes. The company's called Soap. They sold shoes with grooves in them so that people could grind on rails.
Mhm.
Did Adventure 2 introduce rail grinding?
Which is a really good mechanic. I honestly.
It's literally just one big shoe commercial.
That's really dumb.
Yeah. Well, I know Robot Toaster hasn't really played that many Sonic games, but she needs to.
I want to play more Sonic games.
I
I
highly
know the
recommend.
originals are on Steam, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Origin.
I also highly recommend trying out Sonic Mania.
Sonic
You
Mania?
want options.
Sonic Mania. I mean, I could send you a list after Toaster, Toasty. That's what I'm calling you now, Toasty.
Toasty.
Toasty the talking
I
toaster.
can help out with that too.
I was making a red dwarf joke, but
You told me about that.
yeah, the toaster. But yeah, I think we're kind of narrowing it down to the end, you guys. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about quickly.
I briefly saw they promoted another. They teased another cosmetic item. In fact, there's been a bunch.
That I don't want to know. That I don't want to know. I'm kind of like I only heard about the sneakers. I don't want to know about the other stuff because
Don't
I'm
worry,
trying-
this isn't spoilery at all. They've
Yeah,
kind of
this
shown.
one, yeah,
it's
the
gonna be
one
like-
he's talking about is a I believe a hoodie based off the VTuber Korone. Because we need.
Oh, there was that, but I mean that they've also shown these like brown leather gloves and
the
boots.
Rathalos armor too.
Oh yes, and the Rathalos armor, and the fact that Sonic Frontiers also has a cooking mini game along with a fishing mini game.
Yep.
Cooking game in a Sonic.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
as to what the
cooking
hell
meat
they're
over a spit.
That sounds really dumb.
I mean, Hedgehog's got to eat. I mean, there's no
Well, so
chili
does
dogs
the
on the
fishing game, but everybody's going crazy for that.
Yeah.
People like cooking minigames. I honestly agree.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
looks
I'm
good
not saying
too.
I'm not saying I have anything against cooking games. I used to play the Papa Louie games a lot online, and
like those
those
too.
were about cooking.
I like those too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be optional, like the fishing game. So,
And honestly, about the fishing minigame, the only thing people are excited for that is, oh hey, Big's back.
Hi, Sonic. Have you seen Froggy? I can't find him anywhere.
We're probably gonna be fishing Froggy. Probably gonna be fishing Froggy. And that's
Froggy!
probably gonna be a Chaos Emerald thing. That's probably gonna be related to Chaos
we
Emerald.
never know. We might not. And
True.
Big's probably going to impart some of his big wisdom.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Remember-
he's one of the better characters in
He
Sonic Chronicles.
sometimes surprisingly has.
I love Big. Okay, I don't care why people. I don't like people that bash him. He's a giant. Like I want to hug
He's
him.
not as bad as a character as people make him out to be.
He's not. He's not.
I want to hug him. I want to give him a
And
hug.
the fishing game, his story and adventure isn't even that bad.
It's useless, but it's not that bad. Granted, Amy's story in Venture 1 is even more useless.
Yep. That we could agree on that. But okay.
I
I
disagree with that, but okay.
Okay, but I think we're nearing down to the end of this week's podcast. Oh, excuse me about that. I just about coughed. But yeah, Wolf, Robot Toaster, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank
You're
you for
very welcome.
having me.
We're definitely gonna have you come back, Toasty.
Aww.
Yeah, and again, Wolf, it was always a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you very much. Hopefully, I can come back again. Maybe we can do that thing that we weren't able to do last time. Maybe
Yeah,
even
I
another
apologize.
subject.
I apologize for that. Just the editing just kind of fucked up. Oh, but yeah. Anything you want to plug?
Just the same guys I plugged before. Sly McFly Gaming on YouTube, who is a guy I've known for a very long time, and videos I sometimes appear in. And February 119 on Twitch. Especially check him out, please. We've been having audience retention problems lately. Please go and check him out.
All right, yeah. Just send me like the links just so I have them again. Just, if that's okay.
There'll be the same links as before if you still have them.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll look. I'll have to look deep. As always, you guys be sure to follow Yuyu over on his Twitch channel. Be sure to join his Discord server. The links for both will be in the description below, along with the links that Wolf is plugging for. And also be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, join our Discord server. We have cookies for new members. That's if
It was
me and
delicious.
well,
We're
that's
supposed to eat them all, Wolf.
Damn it, Wolf. You weren't supposed to eat the cookies. That was me and Toasty's job.
Was?
I mean, you did, but anyway, that's it for this week's episode of the Yin and Yang Podcast. As always, this has been D-Pad and YuyuKirby. Until next time, later.
Take care, everyone.
Good night.
Good night out there, whatever you are.